Good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss the answer key for NDA paper 2021 mathematics. So let us start. So the first question is if sine theta and cos theta are the roots of the equation, then which of the one is correct? So the answer is here C. Why? Because we know that sum of roots is minus b upon a and product of roots is c upon a. When we will use these two relations, we can get the value C. So the answer is C. Now, in the second question, this is NC4, NC5, and NC6. They are in AP. If the three numbers are in AP, then we know that 2B is equal to A plus C. So by fixing the values here, by fixing the value of n, we can get the value. So the 7 is satisfying this relation. So answer is 7. Now, in the third question, how many four-letter words containing two vowels can be constructed using the letters of the word Lucknow? Here there are two vowels and I'll give you the hint regarding the question. Here we have to make a four-letter word and containing the two vowels that can be constructed using the letters of the word Lucknow. In the word Lucknow, there are two vowels U and O that should be fixed and we have to select the other two letters from the out of five letters, that will be the five consonants, that will be 5C3. So you will get the answer. Now, fourth one is, suppose 20 distinct points are placed randomly on a circle. Which of the following statements are correct? First is the number of straight lines that can be drawn by joining any of these 2 points. You know that if there are 20 points, then you can form the number of straight lines as 20C3. If you solve this, its value will come out to be, its value will not come out to be 380. It will be some another value. So, but if we solve the second equation, that is the number of triangles that can be drawn by joining the three of these points, that will be 20C3. You can solve this and this is solved. In this, we will solve 20C2 because we have to find the straight line, and for a straight line, we need only 2 points. So if we solve 20C3, you will get 1140. So only 2 is correct. Now in the fifth question, how many terms are there in the expansion? This is binomial because there are two constants here, a and b. So the number of terms will be n plus 1. Now after that, sixth, for what value of k the system of equation is consistent? The system of equation is consistent if the determinant is equal to 0. If you solve the value of the determinant, you can find the value of k and that will come out to be b. Now, seventh question, the inverse of a matrix A is given by, you know that if you have a 2 cross 2 matrix, then how can you find the adjoint? You can interchange these two values and reverse the signs of B and C. So if, from that you will find the adjoint, and you know that inverse is equal to adjoint A upon determinant A. You can find the determinant of the matrix and the matrix will become, the inverse of a matrix will come out to be this. Now the eighth question, so its answer is A. Now the eighth question is, what is the period of a function? You know that if a function is periodic, then f of x plus t is equal to f of x. Now you can put the values of t from the given option. You can put the value of pi by 2. When you will put pi by 2, sign will change into cos. So function will not remain same. So that is not periodic. But if you put the value of pi, 2 pi and 3 pi, the function will remain same. So these all are periods. But in the question, we want to find the fundamental period. Fundamental means the period which is smallest of all the periods. So value of pi is smallest of all the three. So the answer is pi. Now the next one is ninth question. Sine of a plus b is 1. 2 sine of a minus b is 1. A and b lie between pi by 2. When you will fix the value pi by 3, a is equal to pi by 3 and b is equal to pi by 6. These two conditions are satisfied. These angles will satisfy these two conditions. And by fixing this, we can find the value of tan A by tan B. So that will come out to be 1:3. Now another one is 10th one. Consider a regular polygon with 10 sides. What is the number of triangles that can be formed by joining the vertex with no common side with any of these polygons? You know that if a polygon is regular polygon and 10 sided and you have to form the triangle, then that will be 10C3. But the condition is that can be formed by joining the vertices with no common side. No common side. So you can find the value that the I'll give you the hint regarding the question. Now, 11th question, consider the roots of this equation. What is the sum of the absolute root? You can find the roots of the equation if the value, if the root, sum of the absolute roots, you can find the value of these questions. And the 12th one is, you can apply the quadratic equation here. And in the 12th question, you know that 1 plus x power n, the coefficients will be the journal formula for the term will be TR plus 1 is equal to NCR x to the power R. So here PQRS be the coefficients of the first, second, and nth and n plus 1th term. You can find the coefficients of all the term with the help of this formula, journal term formula NCR, and you can do the multiplication. Then you will get 1 plus n square. The answer is C. Now, 13th question, sine square x plus sine square y plus sine square z is 3 pi by 2. And x, y, z, they lie between 0 and 1. If you fix the value of x, y, and z as 1, 1, and 1, pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 will give you 3 pi by 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, any power of 1 will give you 1. So the answer is 3. Now, 14th question, sine x plus sine y is equal to cos x plus cos y. If you fix the value of x as 0 and y as pi by 2, then it will satisfy the given condition. And you can find the value of tan of x by 2 plus y by 2. That will be tan 45 degree, which is 1. Now, after that, in this 15th question, you can solve this question with the, say, you have to compare the matrices here, because that is compulsory. And after that, when you will compare the matrix, you will find the value of m and n, and then the answer is B. Now, next is, consider the digits. I'll give you the hint regarding this question. What is the number of 5-digit numbers formed by these digits? In which of these 4 appears? You have to make a 5-digit number. And what is the number of 5 digits number formed by these digits in which each of these 4 digit appears? If these 4 digits appear, you can find the numbers. You can fix these digits, and from 0 to 9, there are total 10 numbers. From out of 10 numbers, we have to use these numbers. These numbers are compulsory. And the one number which is left, you can take any of 6 numbers. So you have to multiply, because the 5-digit number will be formed when we will take simultaneously the numbers. The multiplication and counting principle is used here. How many distinct matrices can be made? You know that with the 4 entries taken. A, B, C, D is a 2 cross 2 matrix. You know that you have only 2 numbers. So A can take any 2 values, B also, C also, D also. So 2 power 4, that will be 16. Now, second one is 18th question. Then how many values does this will satisfy? Here n belongs to integer. When you will fix n as 1, that will be 1 upon iota square, and iota square will be minus 1. And when you will fix n as 2, you will get 1 upon 4. That will be 1. So you will get the two values minus 1 and 1. Yeah, when you will fix the even and odd integer, you will get the two distinct values, 1 and minus 1 here. Now, 19th question, here you will fix the value A as 1, 2, 3, and then solve the determinant, you will get 0. In the 20th question, consider the following in respect to this matrix. Inverse of a matrix does not exist, because inverse will exist if determinant is non-zero. Here all the rows are same, so its determinant will come out to be 0, so inverse will not exist. And when you will multiply this matrix thrice, even you can take the example of 2 cross 2 matrix as 1, 1, 1, 4 entries all are 1. So you can also cut the options. A cube can never be come out to be A, but third one is always true. So the answer is C option. Now in this question, this is little bit lengthy. A circle is passing through this point. 5, -8, -2, -9 and 2, 1. You have to solve this question. You know the general equation of circle: x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. These 3 points will satisfy this equation of circles. So you can get the 3 equations and you will solve these 3 equations. You can get the value of center of a circle. If you get the value of center, and you will also get the value of radius, because radius is square root of g square plus f square minus c. So you can solve this question. Now, next 23rd is, consider an equilateral triangle whose vertices are 0, 0, 2 and -2. You know that this is equilateral triangle in which all sides are equal. So this is 0, 0, say this is 2, 2. So what is the third vertex? You have to find this. And consider the following statements. The third vertex has at least one irrational roots. First of all, I will give you the procedure regarding the question. This is also little bit lengthy in calculation. You know that if line bisector will divide the line into two distinct parts. So this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. You can find the equation. You can find the slope of this line because this is perpendicular bisector. And if you have point, you have equation of line, then you can find the value of this. So which of the following is true? So the answer is 1 only. It's the answer is 2 only, because the area is irrational. You know that the area of equilateral triangle is √3/4 side square, and the difference will come out to be 2√2, because when you will find the distance between the two coordinates 0, 0 and 2, 2, that will come out to be 2√2. Now the next question is, consider the following. The coordinates of the three consecutive parallelograms ABCD are A1, 3, -1, 2 and 3, 5. You know that if the 4 coordinates are given to you, you can find the value of the 5th coordinate. You can do the sum of the opposite vertices, say x1 plus x3 minus x2. You can get the value of x4, and y1 plus y3 minus y4. You will get the value of y4. So the equation will come out to be this. You have to find the equation of diagonal. If you can find the 4th vertex, then you can find the equation, that is the 2-point form. And what is the area of parallelogram? You know that the area of parallelogram will be 1/2 x2 minus x4, y2 minus y4, x3 minus x1, y3 minus y1, determinant. Now you can solve the determinant and the area will come out to be 2 square unit. Now the next one is, the equations are given to you. What is the equation of the altitude? You know, you have to solve the intersection points. Now you have to solve the altitude. Here the altitude will satisfy this point 2, 2. Then you can see that which equation will satisfy 2, 2 and cut the other options. You will get the answer. What are the coordinates of circumcenter? You know that these 3 vertices of triangle, they will lie on a circle. Okay? And you know that from the center, these 3 vertices are at equal distance. So you can find the value of the center. This is a little bit, this contains a little bit calculation. Now the next one is, 2 ends of the latest rectum of parabola are given. What are the maximum numbers of parabolas that can be drawn through these 2 points as the end points of the latest rectum? You know that the latest rectum is 4a and the 2 points are given to you. So the value of a will be fixed. So you can only draw only one parabola because the value of a will be fixed. So there will be only one focus. Now the next one is, one of the parabola passes through origin and the focus of the parabolas lies at -2, 0. You know that you have this parabola y square is equal to say -4x. Is there any parabola whose focus will be -2, 4? This parabola, in this parabola, 0, 0 is satisfied. 0, 0 will satisfy this equation, and -2, 0 is its focus. So the focus of one of the parabola will come out to be this from these parabola. So both are true. Now the next one is, if you solve this equation, quadratic equation, you will get the roots 1 omega and omega square. And if you know the result, the value of omega will repeat itself after 3. So you will divide the powers by 3. So you will get the result 1 omega plus omega square. That will come out to be 0. Now in the 32nd question, x, y, z are in GP, then which of the following is correct? If x, y, z are in GP, you know that 1 to 4 are in GP. You can put the value in log x, log 3y, log 3z. They are in AP. If you will check the result by putting the value of x, y, z as 1 to 4, you will get the result in AP. And also we know that if the positive numbers are in GP, non-negative non-negative integers, that is positive and non-zero. So if they are in GP, then their log will come out to be in AP. And if you solve the second one, you will also get this is in HP. So you have to solve these equations by putting the value of x, y, z as 1 to 4, you will get the answer. Now in this question, you know that if the numbers are in AP, then 2b is equal to a plus c. You know that result. So twice of log to the base 10 2 power x minus 1 is equal to a plus c. When you will put the value of x as log 2 comma 5, left hand side will become equal to right hand side. So this is the answer. Now the next one is, let S be a set. How many 3-digit number can be made from S that can be made which are less than 500? Now the number should be less than 500 and you have to make a 3-digit number. So in the starting, the numbers which come out to be 2, 3, 4 only. So when you will solve this, the answer will come out to be 90. In the next question, the quadratic equation has real roots and equal magnitude and are opposite signs. You know that in these type of question, we will use the discriminants. You know that if both the roots are equal, then the discriminant will be come out to be 0. If both the roots are real and distinct, then the discriminant should be greater than 0. By using the result of discriminant should be greater than 0 because both are real roots, and you can also the only discriminant will be strictly greater than 0 because b square minus 4ac is the condition when both the roots are equal. You can find the value of k. Now in this question, you here fix the value of n. You can get the value of first term will come out to be 1, second will be 2 factorial, 2 into 2 factorial, and you will solve this. By solving this, you will get the result 11 factorial minus 1. 38th question. If P, Q are the non-zero roots of the equation, then show how many possible values of Q and Q have. If P and Q are the non-zero roots of the equation, the roots always depend upon the discriminant. You can find the discriminant and how many possible values of Q can have. Here we will see the roots in the, here discriminant should be greater than 0 or is equal to 0 because we are in real numbers. So you can find the number of roots. Here by fixing the value of A, B, C, D as 1, 2, 3 or any other number, you can solve the determinant. The answer will come out to be D. Now 40th question. Here in the 40th question, you can fix the value of A, B, C. Here 1 upon B plus C and 1 upon C plus A, 1 upon A plus B, they are in HP. You know that if A, B, C are in HP, then 1 upon A, 1 upon B, 1 upon C are in AP. By fixing the value of A, B, C, you will get the answer. Now in this question, you have to, here small a belongs to natural numbers. So you will fix the natural number, say 1, and do the squaring. Because these all, this is even, this is all. Multiply this matrix 2 cross 2, 1 or 2 times or 3 times, you will get the answer because the result will repeat itself. So you will, by journalizing the result, you will get the answer here. Now in this, you can put the value of A, B, C as 1, 2, 3 because otherwise this will become very lengthy, and you can find the value of K. In this question also, you can put the value of N as 1. N as 1. When you will put the value of N as 1, you will get here when you will put the value of n as 1, that will become 15. And you know that the value of iota will repeat itself after 4. So you know the result. So answer will come out to be D. In the 44th question, this is also a little bit lengthy. Okay, here you will put z as x plus iota y, and you know that the conjugate of z is x minus iota y. When you will solve this equation, you will get the journal equation in xy of any of the conic. Which of the following is a square root of this? Here, there are two numbers. Square root is a square root of this. You know that if the two numbers are in complex, and you have to find the square root of the numbers. Because in complex number, the roots will always exist in conjugate pairs. So if the answer will be this, then A and B, or the answer will be this, because these all are conjugate. So you can solve this equation. Now, next one is 46th question. You know that in case of inverse trigonometric ratio, the T ratio which come outside, you have to make the same inverse of T ratio inside. So first of all, with the help of Pythagoras theorem, you can convert this into, you may apply the formula of sine inverse x plus sine inverse y, cot inverse x plus cot inverse y with the help of right angle triangle. Here I will convert it into tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. And by solving this, you will get the answer this. Here, you will know that sine x, sine square x is 3 by 4. So sine x is equal to sine y. The general solution will be x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 ki power n pi by 3. But the value of x lie between 0 to pi by 3. So pi by 3 and the multiples of pi by 3. When you will solve the tan 3x, you will get 0 always. Now here PQ and 3 be respectively the first, fifth, and terms of AP, and D be the common ratio, common difference. If the product is minimum, you have to minimize the product. Then what is the value of D? You first of all, you can find the value of D in the form of PQ, and when you will find the value of P and D in the form of PQ, you can get the value of PQ when it will become minimum. Now, in this, you know that this is the we know that this is a cube root of unity. So this is the second root of, so I can write this as 2 ki power 1 by 3. So its roots are 1 omega omega square. So its roots are 2 omega and 2 omega square. So when you know that these always lie on a circle, but this is not of unit radius 1. This is of unit radius 2. So the roots are always non-collinear, but they don't lie on a circle of unit radius. So only one is correct. Now 50th question. Here you know that secant x and cosecant x is P, a solution where P is a positive real number. Now what should be the value of P? You can, with the help of this options, you can put the value here and find the answer. Now in this one, you know that if you want to find the value of sine maxima and minima value, you have to first convert the T ratios into maybe into sine or maybe into cos. Here I will convert it into sine. Then by fixing these values, I can get the maximum value, that will be pi by 2. Now 52, consider the following statements with respect to set. The union over intersection of a set is distributive. Sometimes we don't know the property. So with the help of small examples, you can show, you can check the results. So that will not come out to be true always. But the complement of union of two set, this is the De Morgan's law, is equal to the intersection of the, is equal to A dash intersection B dash. So this is always true, De Morgan's law. And if the difference of two set is equal to the empty set, if the difference of two set is empty, then the set should be equal, because A minus B means in the set A, which it doesn't contain any element of set B. So there is no element common between them. So the answer will come out to be, so second and third are true. Now here, consider the three set X, Y, Z having 6, 5 and 4 elements. You know that this is, and union will change into intersection when you will apply the number of elements. So you here will get the number of elements as 10. So the total number of subsets will be 2 ki power 10, which is the power set. But in case of proper set, equal set will not come. So 2 ki power 10 minus 1, that will be 1, 0, 2, 3. Now, You know that in the 54th question, all functions are special type of relation, but all relations are not functions because functions follow some special kind of conditions. So first statement is false, but you know that a relation is always a subset of A cross B. If a relation is from A to B, and if a relation is from A to A, then it is always a subset of A cross A. So in the first option, one will be coming, one is not true. So A, C, and D will cut out and only B option is left. Now in this question, you will apply the formula. You know that log AB is equal to log B by log A. By applying this formula, you will get, and also you know that A par P is equal to B par Q is equal to Q by B, Q by P, log AB in this. And you will, when you will solve this, you will get the answer 1. In this question, ABC is a triangle, so the sum of angles of triangle is always 180 degree, and they will also satisfy the condition. This also, so when you will put A as pi by 4, C as pi by 4, and B as pi by 2, you will get the answer. So by putting A, B, C as these, you will get the option D. Here also, you will you will fix A as pi by 4, C as any number 0 maybe. Here you will not fix A as pi by 2 because that is infinity. We have to put A, B, C as those number on which the function should be defined. So you will get the answer. Suppose a set A consists of first 250 natural numbers that are multiples of 3. Here the set A will consist of 250 natural numbers that are multiples of 3, and set B consists of 200 natural numbers that are even natural numbers. You can find these numbers with the help of AP. And how many element does A union B have? You know that A union B formula, N of A union B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. Clear? Now 59th, SK denote the sum of the first K terms of AP. This is the sum of the first K terms of AP. You have to find this. You know the formula for sum. That will be if, because in case of S30, first term will also be given, last term will also be known. That is the first n natural numbers. Yeah, first K natural numbers. So you can apply the formula n by 2a plus L. By putting the values of S30, S20 and S10, you can get the value. Here also, if the roots of the equation differ by unity, then which one of the following is possible? You know that sum of roots is minus b upon a, product of roots will be c upon a. They are differ by unity. Unity means 1. If the first root is alpha, then second root is alpha minus 1. By getting the value, by using this alpha beta is c upon a, you will find the answer that will be minus 1. Now we will be on, we are on 61st question. Now consider the statements mod x minus 1. You know that mod x will always break at 0. That will be become minus x minus 1 for x less than equal to 0 and x minus 1 for x greater than 0. So the problem will come out at 0 only, not at 1. So function is always continuous at 1. Now here we have to find the differentiability. How can you solve the differentiability of a function? You know that if the left hand side of the derivative will become equal to right hand side, here the left function will be minus x minus 1 and x minus 1. Well, you will do the derivative at 0. So that will be minus 1. And when you will do the derivative for the right hand side, that will come out to be 1. So minus 1 is not equal to 1. So only f of x is continuous at 1 only. In the 62nd question, that will be greatest integer of x upon mod x. Then what is the right hand limit? Right hand limit means limit x approaches to 1 positive. They are asking you. If 1 plus h, the greatest integer of 1 plus h will always come out to be 1. And this is always be positive, so answer will be 1. Now in the 63rd question, you know that you have to find that this function sine 1 upon x square, this is continuous at x is equal to 0. What is continuity? In mathematical definition, what is the mathematical definition of continuity? Means left hand limit, right hand limit both are equal, and also the function should be also equal on which you have to find the continuity. Here they are asking about the continuity at x is equal to 0. So when you will apply limit x approaches to 0 sine 1 upon x square, you know that the maximum value of sine will come out to be 1. So this will be 1, and when you will put 0, that will also be 1. So 1 and 2 will all, both are continuous. So both 1 and 2 are true. Now the 64th, what is the range of the function? You know that sin x lie between -1 to 1, and you have to find the range of 1 minus sin x. So this will be closed 0 to 2 because of the sign of equality. Now 65th question, the slope of the tangent. You know that the slope will come out to be dy by dx, but and cos inverse of cos x, that will become x. So the equation will this, and the slope will be 1. Now, what is the integral of this with respect to x square? Whenever we'll do the integration of 1 will be x. When we will do the integration with the help of, with the respect to x square, so the answer will come out to be C. The integration of 1 will come out to be x square. Okay. Now, 67th question. Consider the following statement. You have to find the maximum and minimum value. The maximum value of the function is 5. Is it true? The minimum value of function is 2. Which of the following statement is or are correct? Now, for the maximum and minimum value, they lie between the interval 1 and 2. When you can find the minimum value of the function here, the minimum value will start from 2 only. When you will put 1 here, you will get 2, but you can't say anything about the maximum value, because also there is another method. When you will do the derivative, you will get 2x, the critical point will come out to be 0, and with the help of double derivative, if the double derivative is greater than 0, then that will give you the minima, local minima, and if the double derivative should be less than 0, that will give you the maxima. Here the double derivative will always be 2, that will be always strictly greater than 0. So this function will always give you minima, and the minimum value is 2. So only second is correct. And here you know that if you will do the derivative of the function, that will come out to be fx. Its limits are from 1 to 4. When you will put upper limit minus lower limit as one of f of 1 is equal to f of 4, that will come out to be 0. You know that exponential and log, they are inverse to each other, so they will cut out. So the function left will be cos x, so answer is -1. Here you will use the formula of integration, firstly x ki power n dx, then you can find the value of ABC by comparison. Now, what is the order of differential equation of all the ellipses whose axes are along the coordinate axis? You know that in case of ellipse, in the equation of ellipse, whose coordinates are along the, whose axes are along the coordinate axis. First of all, they are asking about ellipse, that will be in 2D. So that will be along the two axes. So there are two constant presents, x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. So there are two constants, so you will differentiate 2 times, so order will be 2. And by finding the differential equation, you will get the degree. And you know that what is the degree of differential equation of all the circle touching both the axes in the first quadrant? If the circle is touching both the axes, then h and k will become equal to r. So there is only one left, one variable is left, so its order will be 1. And when you will solve the differential equation, degree will come out to be 1. Here that there are two variables a and b, so you will differentiate it 2 times. By putting the value of a and b, you will get the value. In this, you know that whenever you have a log function, by taking 1, you will apply the by part and solve the equation. Here you have to find the tangent to the curve. Tangent is dy by dx. You can find the value of dy by dx at 0, 1. And after that, by finding the equation of tangent, it will meet the x-axis. So y is 0, so x will be -1. So answer is -1, 0. Now the next one is, consider the following equations. You know that the regression line of y on x will be y minus y bar b y on x into x minus x bar, and x minus x bar bx y is y minus y bar. By arranging this equation in the form of this, you will get the answer. That will be C. Consider the following. Now, the coefficient of correlation R is 3 by 4. The means of X and Y are 3 and 4. So 3x and y are here two variables because they are asking about the coefficient of correlation. So two variables should be compulsory. You know that R is equal to, what is R? That will be summation xi minus x bar into summation yi minus y bar upon n. By solving these, you can get the answer. Here, this is the, you have to find the median. What is median? Which will divide the data, but this is a grouped data. So we will use the formula here by finding the cumulative frequencies. That will be CF. You will get the answer for the median. This is the formula for finding the median. Now this is the formula for finding the mode. By applying the formula for mode, the most frequently occurring value, you can find it, and the answer will come out to be B. Now the next is, what is the mean of the natural number contained in the interval? In the interval, the natural number starts from 56 and 64. You have to find the mean. That will be sum of observation. You can find the sum of all the observation with the help of AP, arithmetic progression. You can find the number of observation also, and the mean will be sum of all observation upon total number of observation. The answer will, you will get the answer. Here the mean, you know that in this, you can fix the value of x. Say you can fix the value of x. If I fix the value of x as say 1, then the answer will come out to be mode will be 1, median will be 3, and mean will be 4. So only first one is correct. So if the mean of 10 observation is 5.5 and each observation is multiplied by 4, so mean will also be multiplied by 4 and then subtracted from 44. Then mean will also be subtracted from 44. Then you will get 34. If G is the geometric mean, then which of the following is correct? You know that geometric mean is AB power 1 by n. You can count the number of observation and find the answer. You can get the answer. You know that harmonic mean between the three number is 2AB upon A plus B. You have two numbers, 60 and x. That will be equal to the harmonic mean, and you can get the value of x. What is the mean deviation of first 10 natural numbers? The mean deviation of first 10 natural numbers, the formula is, this is the ungrouped data, first 10 natural number, and here is 10. You can find the value. Here we will use the formula for the variance. This formula, by directly putting the values, you will get the answer 33. This is a 3-digit number are formed by using 137 without repetition. So a number is then randomly selected. What is the probability that the number is divisible by 3? So if you want a 3-digit number, then from 137, so yeah, there are three choices, 3, 2, and 1. And but you have to find the probability of the number divisible by 3 only. So here we fix 3. So 2 into 1. So answer will be 1 by 3. Probability is favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. Here the favorable outcomes are the number divisible by 3. That are 3-digit number. So we will fix 3 here. But the total is that how many times the 3-digit numbers will be formed. How many 3-digit number will be formed. That will be the total number of outcomes here. So answer will be 1 by 3. What is the probability of the roots are real? You know that your roots are real if discriminant will be 0, real and equal, and if the discriminant is greater than equal to 0, then by applying this, you can find the value. Here the probability of A bar is given to you, of probability of B bar is given to you. By applying the formula of conditional probability, you can find, you know that the probability of B by A, that will be equal to probability of A intersection B upon probability of A. So you can get the answer, that will be 1 by 2. Here also 7 white balls and 3 black balls are randomly placed in a row, and the probability that no 2 black balls are placed adjacently. Matlab they are talking about the alternative. So you know the formula, you know that n factorial into n plus 1 factorial. We have to arrange them in a row, n plus 1 factorial p m. And you can apply this formula. This is a favorable number of outcomes, and total number of outcomes will be total number of arrangements. So you will find the answer, that will be 7 by 15. The locus of the point, which moves in such a way that z is equal to 7. So the parallel, it will be parallel to xy plane when you will draw the coordinate axis, say z is equal to 7. So this will be parallel to the xy plane. A line in a space can have infinitely many direction ratios. It is possible for a certain line that the sum of the squares of the direction ratios can be equal to the sum of its direction cosines. A line in the space have infinitely many direction ratio, because in 3D we studied that x minus x1 upon a, y minus y1 upon b, z minus z1 upon c. You can change the value of a, b, c, but the second one is not always true. So the first is correct. Here when you will draw a line, the plane xy will divide it into some ratio. When you will solve, you get the ratio minus 2 by 3. By taking lambda ratio 1, you can find the coordinates by section formula, and the z coordinate will be 0 because the plane xy will divide. In the xy plane, z will be 0. You will get the ratio in negative, so it will divide externally.